Welcome back to Sports Viewpoints. My name is Bill Dolan. I'm your host. I got the movement with us today, and on the phone, one of the greats of wrestling, Ricky Morton. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man, appreciate it very much.
No problem.
What's going on with you guys?
Well, we're having great local wrestling coming up, including you and your partner will be wrestling these two from the movement in Chattanooga at Red Bank on Sunday.
Well, man, I'm looking forward to that. Well, understand me now. When you say partner, you got to say my wrestling partner for 31 years.
Absolutely. Hey, talk to these guys.
NWA World Tag Team Champions. But let me say something about this, because this is going to be in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, you got to understand that years ago, probably before the movement was even born, I used to wrestle down there for a man named Harry Thornton when we did live TV every Saturday morning. Then went down to the Municipal Auditorium with some of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Myself and Robert Gibson both. I'm talking about Jackie Fargo, Lynn Rossi, Tojo Yamamoto, Don and Al Green. Understand me, the movement, which I know you're sitting there in the studio, and it's fine. It's fine because we're going to come down to it Sunday over in Chattanooga. But, Bubba, when you learn from the best, that's what makes you the best, and that's what makes you the Rock and Roll Express. And we will see you over there in Chattanooga on Sunday afternoon. But before that, we're going to be in LJ, too, aren't we, on Saturday night?
Absolutely, yeah. Wrestling on Saturday night at DSCW.
Yes, we should be ready to get down. Some of that red clay, that's what I'm slinging. We'll be slinging it everywhere down there that night. What's up, man? Come on, talk to me.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I'll let you go because both these guys from the movement said earlier they were when they were growing up, they were big fans of you, and so I'll let them talk to you about this match Sunday.
Go ahead.
I want to tell you.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Let me explain something to you, Ricky. You have been in the ring with us. You and Robert both have been in the ring with us on two separate occasions. Both times you have come up with victories. I'm chalking that up to a learning experience. That being said, we respect you more than any other tag team in the history of this business. But all sentimental crap aside, we learn, we adapt, and we evolve. So this Sunday, when you step in the ring with us, understand that you're not wrestling the same two cats that you wrestled 2 years ago. You're not wrestling the same two cats that you wrestled at the Superstars of Wrestling back in November. These are two completely different individuals. I know you're going to be ready for anything and everything, but understand we will be too, because we're bigger, harder, faster, stronger. I want you to understand that.
You know what? And I like that. I appreciate that. Maybe I might even respect you a little bit when I get there. But see, understand me, my friend, it don't matter what you done or where you been or how you done it. We meet people like you every day that want to make us an example and use us for a stepping stone, son. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you on this radio show because I don't have to. But what's going to happen is I'm going to meet you in Chattanooga, and I promise you, when you step in that ring, it's a whole different world, no matter what you done, buddy. Well, you learn. I'm Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express, and that's Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express, and we beat the best. And even though we've been out here, and y'all might consider us, look here, go get you some Geritol or whatever you want to say. But say what you got to say. Because right now, I still feel I'm in the prime of my business. And I see you boys in Chattanooga, so we're in this conversation. Everybody down in Ellen J, Georgia, be looking forward to seeing y'all. It's a great pleasure to come, because to us, the movement, understand, it's like a homecoming. Robert and I are coming home. We're coming home to Chattanooga. We're coming home to all them people around there, all that area, from Lookout Mountain all the way down there to Ringo, to Dalton, Georgia, everywhere that's around there. Down to LJ, Georgia. They know who we are. Let's see if they know who the movement are. And boys, we'll see y'all Sunday, and we'll see all them great fans in LJ, Georgia.
Thank you for joining us. An absolute legend in the business. There you go. Thank you for joining. Yeah, the Rock and Roll Express.
I don't think I was being disrespectful in that fashion. Do you?
You know, I think Ricky misunderstood
Exactly
what we were saying. We came at him with all the respect in the world. We've stepped in the ring with the Rock and Roll Express before. They've beat us on two separate occasions. But what Talon was trying to explain is we've learned from those two occasions. We will adapt to those, and
we shall overcome.
The gentlemen that they stepped into the ring with before, we've learned from our mistakes, and we will adapt.
And I think what Ricky Morton was saying is he has a lot more he can teach you.
I hope he does. I hope he does teach us more.
I look forward to the
Exactly.
learning experience.
Yes, sir.
Ricky, Robert, you say it's a homecoming. Well, gentlemen, this is our home too. So I hope you're ready to come home to a hostile work environment.
That'll be a great match Sunday at 3 p.m. TWE in Red Bank, basically Dayton Boulevard in Red Bank. You can check it out. One of the absolute legends of tag teams of wrestling against one of the great young wrestlers in our area, the movement. So check that out. And also don't forget Saturday night in Ellijay, Georgia. I don't know. We have a chance to get Woody in here. I'll make him hobble in and and see what happens to the show. He's kind of like the guy you mentioned. Both of you mentioned him is influential in starting you in the business.
Very
and,
much.
Puts on a great show up there in Ellijay.
Amazing show.
Woody has been a mentor to us. Come on over, Woody. Come on. Come on over.
Come on,
here.
Woody.
You know, there's a lot of people that don't like us, and that's because when we tell you we're going to do something in the ring, we do it, and people don't like that. But a lot of that comes from the way we were brought up. You know, Woody has mentored us a long way, and I have nothing but respect, the utmost respect for Woody. You know, there's some things that we do in the ring that Woody doesn't really care for or like, but we always produce the results that we want.
Yep.
Good young wrestlers and
Yeah, these guys show a lot of promise, and they're still young. They got a long road ahead of them to sow, and they got all the potential in the world. They just gotta get it together, just like the good old boys. You know, they're a fresh tag team that's been together about a year and a half now, something like that. About a year and a half. Another good working tag team. DSCW has some very good, solid tag team wrestling, and I like to pride myself on that. It's a lost art nowadays.
it's a great show. Yeah, tell people they're going up to Ellijay what they're going to expect this weekend, both in Ellijay and in Red Bank.
Got some good stuff. Like I said, Ellijay, Georgia, at the Gilmer County Civic Center, 8 p.m. bell time. Let's see, we got the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson taking on
All-Star and Chad
and
Case.
Chad Case. You have Chris Crump, who has been on this TV here several times,
Yes.
taking on local boy, one of our biggest fan following. I can't even talk today. Let's
Fan
talk
favorites,
How
yeah.
about
Ray.
Chris Crump versus Ray Ray also?
There you go.
And then we got this young man right here, Talon Williams, taking on Torque. And then you got Chip here taking on Cousin Shaggy. And let's see, we got
Cyrus and Cody Roberts.
Cyrus the Destroyer taking on Cody Roberts. They've got a little heated feud starting up, it seems like. So then we got a couple more matches, but it's going to be a loaded card. It's only $10 for adults, $5 for kids. Don't believe me, $5 for kids. We'll rattle some people all the way out to Vegas.
Yeah, all the way in Vegas.
all the way in
They're-
Vegas.
they're talking
Sunday.
about this show.
Sunday at the TWA Arena. Those are some good people over at the TWA Arena. They've let us, because I double booked Ricky and Robert, I get better deals by double booking.
Yeah.
Such a
And
cheapskate.
they've, yeah, I'm cheap, but I am very cheap. So I'm going over to TWA Arena this Sunday at 3 o'clock with Ricky and Robert taking on the movement here. I've got, I got some good matches. I've got Tank and the Rev and Cyrus the Destroyer taking on the good old boys.
Yeah.
If cousin Cletus' ankle's up to par, I believe it will be by then. Let's see, I've got Drew Gang taking on who have I got Drew Gang taking on?
I believe it's Toy Dodson, isn't
No, might be Toy Dodson. Card subject to change.
Right.
it? You got Brandon Collins. and
Brandon
Shane
Collins taking on Shane March, great talent out of Atlanta.
Jason Collins and
And-
Jaden.
And then Jason Collins and Jaden Newman.
Newman.
Yeah,
Well, if someone's wrestling
I've been
Jaden,
over
can
on
they
four
bring
right
him his
there.
cat back this weekend?
Here's
Yeah.
his
That
cat.
Yeah, Jaden, I'm gonna bring this thing to you served up on a platter. I'm gonna take this down to the good old boys, and they're gonna cook it up.
Fry
Put a
it
little
up.
hot sauce on it,
Yeah.
and cook it with some onions. And
They have call it Big Bird Stew. That's what it
Right
looks
up
like.
and Stu, it does look like Big Bird.
Yeah.
But-
So yeah, check
You
it
know-
out. Go ahead.
back in my days, the only people that ever wore anything like this was the Moondogs.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Oh, there you go.
it's a normal wrestling attire. What a strange business we have nowadays.
I love talking to you. You'll see one of the best local shows at LJ on Saturday night, DSCW, LJ at Gilmer County, and also don't forget on Sunday at TWE Arena. And don't forget the Brainerd Optimus drag races at midnight with Danny Rivera of Las Vegas. Who will be.
And don't forget Saturday, Auburn's making a charge toward the national championship
That's right.
again. So they'll be.
And everyone on ESPN thinks Arkansas is going to win. But
Yeah.
college football starts big this weekend, including a game going on right now with South Carolina and Texas A&M.
Thank God for DVR is all I got to say.
Exactly. Yeah. So big weekend of wrestling, big weekend in football. Thank you for joining us here on Sports Viewpoints. Thank you to the good old boys, to the movement,
Go Hurricanes.
to Woody, and everyone for joining us. Thank you back, and Ricky Morton for calling us on the phone. We'll be back next week with more Sports Viewpoints right here on Channel 39.